A report by security firm Check Point says that more than 10 million Android devices have been taken over by a bug called Hummingbad. So joining us now to discuss this is Dan Costa. He is editor-in-chief over at PCMag.com. So first of all, Dan, explain to us what Hummingbad is and how many Android devices have been infected so far. We've heard a range of numbers out there.
Yeah, so this is not good software to have on your phone. The report looks like there are about 10 million infected phones across the globe. Hummingbad is a malware program that can do two things. It can redirect, it takes over your phone, and it can redirect your browser to various websites. And the makers of this malware are using that to generate money. It's click fraud, but that generates them and makes them money. So that's one possible problem. The other problem is that this literally roots your phone. So it can take over your phone and basically give the hackers complete control over all of your apps, all of your data, and even turn your phone into a node on a botnet so that it can be used to attack other systems. So it's a pretty comprehensive and nasty bit of work.
All right, so you've explained a couple of things, the symptoms or what can happen if your phone is infected. How exactly do these people, these hackers, these security expert type people who put these virus type things out there, how do they make money? You said they make money off of these things. How does that happen, and how does a user know if they've been infected with this particular virus?
So the irony here is that the way this malware most often gets onto your phone is through bad advertising. It's through advertising that gets snuck onto your phone, that gets loaded into a web page. You're viewing it locally, and an ad network loads an ad that either has a malicious package, it's running its own code, or it tricks you into clicking on the ad, and by clicking on the ad, you're installing software. So that's the way that most often people get infected. Unfortunately, that's also how these malware vendors make their money. After they take over your phone, they can control what ads get shown on your phone, and they can charge advertisers for those clicks and for those impressions. So the estimates I've seen is Check Point estimates that the makers of Hummingbad are making about $300,000 a month just on fraudulent clicks.
All right, so that's how these guys are making money, and that's how you can figure it out if they are on your phone or not, all the ads and everything that comes out of it. The security firm Check Point says that it's been tracking Hummingbad rather, since February, and Google says that they've long known about this particular type of bug, this malware. So why is it so difficult to stop this particular piece of malware? What's Google going to do? I mean, they're the ones who make the Android operating system.
Yeah, I suspect that they're going to wind up closing. This is a lot of publicity. It's more than Google normally wants to see. I think Google's going to be able to shut down this particular variant of malware. But the problem is that in 3 months, there's going to be a new version, and Check Point's going to find another company that either popped up in China, popped up in Russia, that's offering a similar product that uses a variant of it that they're going to have to identify and root out. This is a problem. This has been a problem in the PC industry for years. The antivirus industry grew up battling these types of threats, and now we've always heard that this was going to reach the mobile platforms in scale, and now we're starting to see that, especially on the Android platform. It's an open platform. It's a platform that's very friendly to advertising, and it's just inherently has these types of vectors. So it's going to be up to security firms, and Check Point Software offers its own solution that users can download, and Google to try and close these loops as often as they can.
All right, so Dan, here's a question. If these things are getting installed on smartphones, it's not like they even need your password to install themselves on there. Can you even just use a password? Is there anything you can do to protect your smartphone?
Using a password is always a good idea, and the thing that these applications do is that they'll actually get into, once they root your phone, they can control everything on it. They try and trick you into rooting it yourself. They'll use the ad vector. They'll see if they can get in through malicious advertising, and then they'll do little things like trying to get you to reboot your phone and unlock it for them, to try and get you to install a fake system update, which is an old PC antivirus virus maker trick. Once they can get you to reboot your system, that will bypass some of the security measures. So really, in order to protect yourself, you have to do all the things you would do on your PC, plus have some kind of antivirus protection.
What can you do, Dan, finally? If your smartphone is infected, how can you clear it? How can you fix it? What steps should you take if you know that your phone's been infected?
So all the major antivirus makers have mobile versions. So if you go to a McAfee, if you go to a WebRoot, if you go to a Check Point, they'll have a mobile solution. A lot of times if you pay for protection on your desktop, it'll come with a mobile subscription as well. But that software will generally remove this stuff, and it's worth having, especially if you have an Android device. It's been less of an issue on the iOS side, but if you have an Android device, it's worth paying a couple of bucks a month for a security package just to avoid these potential headaches.
All right, so just another thing to watch out for in the world of smartphones and, of course, the security behind them. Dan Costa, thank you so much for joining us and lending your insight there. That's Dan Costa. He is editor-in-chief over at PCMag.com. And thanks for watching. I'm Dominic Chu. Have a great day.
Hey CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me or the eye right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.